Bartholomew, so I'm going to turn this over to you, sir. You have the floor, and we are glad to have you here.
Very glad to be here. Thank you so much, Mayor Joe, and members of Town Council and staff and members of the public. My name is Gareth Bartholomew. I am a transportation planner with the Central Shenandoah Planning District Commission. Very long title, but we are the regional planning agency that serves Grottoes and the surrounding localities in the Shenandoah Valley. We had the opportunity to work on y'all's comp plan last year and finish that up, and are now being able to continue on the work looking at a particular aspect of your transportation network for pedestrians, bicyclists, and trail users. Since October, we have been working with town staff in order to provide transportation planning for folks that may not have access to it through our rural work program. We provide free transportation planning through that for rural localities in the Central Shenandoah region. And so this plan has been processed through field visits, GIS mapping, going through community survey data, coordination with Public Works, and working with the VDOT residency in the area, along with the Planning Commission. So I'm pleased to be able to bring this to you tonight to talk a little bit more about the amazing assets that the town has and the potential and opportunity that the town can continue to thrive. So why this plan? This plan was built on, as I said, the Town of Grottoes comp plan. The 2024-2025 survey respondents identified sidewalk expansion as the top transportation priority for the town, with almost 2/3 of town residents signaling that is their top priority. That was followed by a request for additional bicycle facilities. And so when we were starting off with this plan, the goal was to be able to take a goal that town residents had and be able to translate that into a specific, prioritized, cost-estimated, and grant-ready project list to be able to apply for or be able to build and construct new facilities for town residents over the next 20 years. And so we had this same time horizon that the town comprehensive plan had, and trying to be able to narrow down a lot of the goals that town residents, town staff have, and turn them into something that you all can be able to apply for and be able to move forward with in an organized way. So before getting to some of the gaps, I think it's important to start with what assets the town already has. Town currently has about 6 miles of sidewalks, 1.21 miles of trail path, a little under a mile of specific bicycle path in Grand Caverns Park, and 0.83 miles of shared use path on Dogwood Avenue. So the town has one of the most extensive sidewalk networks of towns this size in our region, and that's a testament to the work that Public Works team does, but also to great planning and having a wonderful grid light structure that makes making improvements sequential and a lot more facile. So getting to some of the gaps, what we found on the ground when going through and working with Public Works was that there are a number of places. The town's infrastructure is very good. We went through and drove or walked every single sidewalk network or trail in the town to be able to assess from a rating of good to fair, poor, or hazard what existing conditions there were. And so there were approximately 12 different concerns, 1 sinkhole, about 6 uneven surfaces, a few places where there's cracked pavement or uneven pavement, and then a few places where there's substandard below 5-foot sidewalk width. And so we were able to map this against GIS layer and be able to see what are there any consistent patterns, and found that Forest Avenue has some of the most consistent challenges and for continued maintenance, and so, priorities that the town, I'm sure, already has underway. And so this kind of field work is what allowed us to be able to separate what could be a cool desk exercise with something that we were able to capture institutional memory and turn it into something tangible. And so building on that, we wanted to see what, with the existing conditions that the town has, what are some opportunities that there are to build on this. And we all have limited resources. What can we do to be able to prioritize this most where people are and where people want to go? And so these two maps here demonstrate residential generators, where people live, where's the concentration of people, especially people with limited car access. And then on the right-hand side of the screen, pedestrian destinations, where do people want to go? And so that's, as you can see, in the southeast of the town with greater commercial, obviously parks, a lot more amenities there. And so being able to make those connections between where people live and where they want to go was a main goal. And so we use Streetlight, which is a transportation planning tool, along with Strava, which is a running and biking app, demand data with that, Public Works existing knowledge, and then designations in the comprehensive plan to be able to generate this. We also saw some examples on the ground where there are some active transportation needs. So on the left-hand side of the screen, an example of someone using just an individual's yard to be able to go along Jerry Avenue while they were walking their pet, and this was not too uncommon going through the town, but then also places on the right-hand side of the screen on Holly Avenue where sidewalks just stop, and there is not the continuous connectivity that there is in other parts of the town's facilities. So taking all of this together, we put together a project list of 3 different types of main priorities: sidewalks, trails, and pedestrian crossings. And so altogether, there are proposing 4.3 miles of new sidewalks, along with 2.4 miles of new trails, and then 12 additional crossings throughout the town. And so for members of council, that's the map that's on, that has been blown up there. So this is estimated a tangible goal that the town could be able to achieve over the next 20 years, and totals about $15.6 million in investment, not just from the town, but through grant resources and opportunities that are out there that the state and other governmental grant opportunities that there are. So just get quickly into some of the sidewalk projects themselves, kind of what they could look like. Of the 17 sidewalk projects, we had 4 that rose to the short-term tier. All of the priorities of projects are ranked into 3 different categories: short-term, long-term, and then future future study. So these were a few of the ones that rose to the top, with the first one here on your screen, a visualization of what it could look like at the continuation of the 14th Street sidewalk connecting between Holly and Forest. So going from the existing conditions without sidewalk there to a full crossing, an upgraded sidewalk, and a rendering of what it could look like. So the town has a real advantage in a lot of the sidewalk projects that it does, given it does maintain its own roads, which is not a given in this region. And so as a result of that, a lot of sidewalk projects can be done using existing resources that the town has. So these types of sidewalk projects are ones that can be done block by block, year by year, and done in a way that does not encumber the town with additional deficit or any costs outside of what you already receive for maintenance. Secondly, looking at pedestrian crossings. So there are 12 pedestrian crossings. The main priority ones are those that are on the VDOT maintained roadways on VA 256 3rd Street and VA 340 Augusta Avenue. So this is the crossing right down there, or right there, at 3rd Street and Dogwood Avenue, so connecting between the shared use path going from Grand Caverns up to Town Hall and up north toward Painter Park and South River Elementary. So this is a rendering of what that could look like, these types of, and so that's a rectangular rapid flashing beacon that allows an individual to hit it, and it's a requirement that vehicles would stop to allow pedestrians to cross there. So. Then getting to trails, we have 7 trail projects, including a recommended boat launch at the main intersection of Holly and 3rd Street, and so that kind of did some visualization of what that could look like. I can show that to you all. So this is at a potential parking lot there, and then going down to a boat launch for folks that want to take out either a motorized boat or, either a motorized boat, kayaks, canoes. It is listed as an informal boat launch already, and so this would just essentially formalize that, even though it's on private property there. And so this is right under the bridge there at 3rd and 256. Being able to connect to that would be a sidewalk connection going along 3rd Street, meeting at Holly Avenue. So this is kind of a visualization of what that could look like. And as you all know, there's no sidewalk on 3rd between this segment of Holly to Dogwood, so this would make that continued connection there. So it took me a while to get the Grand Cavern sign just right, but I think I got it. So yeah, it would allow you to be able to walk consistently from Grand Caverns, from the town's existing pedestrian core, all the way to the proposed boat launch there. And then being able to have an additional off-road trail would also be a goal, to be able to connect to this summer boat launch at 3rd and Holly. And so this is what currently exists as you're facing south on Dogwood on the shared use path. And this is what it could look like to have a rendering of this continuous off-road trail starting right near Grand Caverns and continuing following the South River up along to 3rd and Holly at the boat launch and trail underpass. Likewise, looking north, what a type of trail could look like. Finally, we also wanted to make recommendations for what potential improvements to the bicycle infrastructure could look like. The town has benefit of having low speeds and local roads that don't necessarily imply a safety need for things like bike lanes and things along those lines. But it was in the comprehensive plan to explore the opportunity for sharrows, for share the road signage on local roads, particularly 20th Street, and to be able to allow for a connection from the existing share the road signage on 3rd Street up Dogwood and over to Painter Park. So we would recommend that. And then also potentially recommend having a parallel structure to the golf cart ordinance that the town has to be able to establish route designation, share the road and share authority, helmet provisions, things that put the town in line with other parallel towns in our region, including Bridgewater. Shepherdstown, West Virginia also has some similar items as well. So the town currently does not have on local roads designated bike routes or share the road signage other than on 3rd Street. So this would provide that basis for it and be able to align with what the comprehensive plan suggests. And so that's an appendix there. So putting it all together, this hopefully provides the town with an ability to leverage the existing assets and resources and be able to pursue either state grants or in-house capacity to be able to build and construct additional pedestrian and multimodal infrastructure in the town. And so the town was recently awarded a Ready, Set, Go VDOT grant, which helps with paying for design and cost estimates for a sidewalk segment on Augusta Avenue down toward Food Lion. So being able to continue to build on their existing capacity and planning and implementation for the future. There are other grant opportunities that are out there. VDOT proposes one that's a 50-50 grant match that can deliver sidewalk projects within a 3 to 4 year time frame. And then there are federal grants as well that VDOT manages, transportation alternatives and highway safety improvements for larger projects. So all that to say, I will leave this with you all. I really appreciated the time working with town staff and working with you all on this process, and here to answer any questions if I can.
Thank you, Gareth. Does anyone on council have questions for Gareth? All right, well, thank you very
Thank you
much
so
for the
much.
information. It's great having you here, and thank you for all your efforts and
Of
work.
course.
Have a good week. Moving on to our public comment section, I would like to read the rules for public comment and public hearings. Anyone wishing to speak must have signed up to speak before the meeting starts. Each speaker shall be limited to 3 minutes, whether speaking on behalf of a group or as an individual. Repetitive testimony is discouraged. All comments shall be directed to the town council. Debate is prohibited. The mayor shall have the authority to end a presentation that violates these rules. We do have 2 citizens signed to speak this evening, and first is Ms. Gleamer Sullivan.
Good evening. There were allegations during the June Town Council meeting that I was the cause of 2 planning commissioners to resign in 2023. I'm compelled to respond and correct the record. I was appointed to the Grottoes Planning Commission on December 22nd, 2022 during a Town Council meeting. The first Planning Commission meeting at which I served was on January 31st, 2023. The January 2023 Commission meeting minutes state that Clerk Morris informed the Commission that she received a resignation letter from Nathan Forrester that day prior to the meeting, which he did not attend. I have never met Nathan Forrester and could not have had anything to do with his resignation. Eddie Chittum was the second Planning Commissioner to resign during my service on the Commission. He needed to resign because he was appointed to Town Council to fill a vacant seat. I did not and could not have possibly had anything to do with either of the 2 planning commissioners' resignations. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Thank you. Baz Samalov? Hello, sir.
Hello, good evening. This kind of falls into the subject of what Gareth was talking about, sidewalks and improvements to town. I reached out with concerns to sidewalk improvements and flow of traffic on Park Avenue, which I'm sure you guys are aware since you installed a counter at the end of the street, that has significantly gotten worse. So people trying to walk to Food Line, trying to cross Park Avenue, having to look back behind you to make sure you're not hit, or if you're leaving that direction towards the town. My suggestion is for the town to look into either somehow closing Park Avenue to access Food Line, or looking into making that a one-way from people leaving Food Line, because it drastically has become an issue, especially with McDonald's being now open, and then the flock cameras being installed on 3rd Avenue and 340, people have started using Park Avenue as a way to avoid having their vehicles scanned. And I'm not sure the town is aware of that, but it is something that is ready to be available online, because people are a little bit concerned and feel like their will is taken away with the flock cameras. So residents that do live on Park Avenue have the same kind of concept and thought process of trying to mitigate the issue of the traffic there. I talked to personally a couple people that live there, and they're on board with something needing to be changed, because progressively as the town grows and more people visit Food Line, it's just going to get worse and worse. So addressing this issue now, I think, is probably the right way to go about it, than in 5-10 years to where people start feeling unsafe. Like for me, for example, it's difficult to cross the street to get to a mailbox. You have to look more than once to make sure you're not get hit. Trash cans have been smacked on the road. Mailboxes have been damaged. It's just things that maybe the town is not aware of, but it is a concern. So, thank you.
Thank you. Moving forward with reports of standing committees, on our Finance Committee, Councilman Raines.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve the finance report for June 2026.
A motion has been made. Do we have a second?
Second.
And properly seconded. Is there any further discussion? I mean, hearing none. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. And motion carries.
And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Water and sewer, Councilman Bailey.
I don't have anything to add from what staff had in there.
Okay, thank you, sir. Ordinance, Health and Property, Councilman Cole.
I have nothing at this time.
Thank you. Streets and Streetlights, Councilman Justice is not present. Did he submit anything on his behalf?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Parks, Recreation, and Public Facilities, Councilman Chittum.
You printed out the flyer from Elkton Little League, and I just wanted to pass that along to town. I know I had spoke about it a couple of times with the two Little Leagues working together, to which our kids go to high school together, and I think it's a great thing. And to watch them be able to go compete in states, it takes both communities to do that. And even the coach of that team said if it wouldn't have been for the two Grottoes pitchers, they would not have had the pitching to be able to do it. So they're trying to take up a donation for the kids, actually for the parents traveling, the lodging, the food. It's a lot. You miss work and all that. Played a tournament down here this weekend, and they gave away Grand Caverns tickets. And I'll be the first person to sit up here and say I've lived here 10 years and never went there. And I'm going to change that this weekend. And I would encourage anybody that hasn't been to go. Sometimes the beauty of God ain't just above the ground, sometimes it's below. So I'm going to go check it out for myself. And that's all I got.
All right, thank you, sir. Was there a suggestion of donation, if I may ask? Did you?
I'm part of the Little League, so I stay out of that.
All right.
If anybody feels willing to donate on the town's behalf, Elkton donated as a town to the cause, and he just wanted me to pass it along to you all.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to see us make a donation to the Little League from the town. I don't really have a concept of what, but I'm sure that would be appropriate.
Anyone have a clue what Elkton?
500. Yeah, they donated
I
500.
move we match it.
Tells them 1,500.
Okay. So I have a motion on the floor for a donation. Do I have a second? Okay, and properly seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. And motion carries. And one abstain.
I'm abstaining, yes, ma'am. I appreciate that. And, yeah, we'll let you know. They might be back because they got to go to Southeast Regionals. So
All right, awesome.
that would be a feat.
Thank you, Councilman Chittum, and thank you, council, for supporting our Little League. Special events, Councilman Taylor.
Yes, so we had a really successful Grotto Bonanza event last month. So we had well over 700 people in attendance. If you were not there, you missed out. It was packed. We had great bands, we had great food trucks, lots of fun spirits that we were drinking while we were there. But it was a really, really fun event. We had a great turnout. We had fireworks. Just was really well attended. It was nice to see the community gather. And not just those in our community, but we had a lot of visitors from out of our little town of Grottoes coming to visit our event, which was really nice. So it was a really good turnout. Super excited about how that went. And then also wanted to call out and thank the Rains yet again for a successful pedal push parade on the 4th of July. I saw photos. I was not here. I was out of town. But the Rains always do such a good job with the kids doing that parade. So thank you. And then also wanted to remind everyone that Bluegrass in the Park is happening on July 17th, and that the Grottoes Cardinals games are currently going on, so that is posted on the town website as well as to the schedule.
Thank you. And there are 3 more Bluegrass Friday nights.
Yeah.
And they start at 7 p.m. I believe that it.
Yep, 7.
Yeah, I went down there this Friday, and there was about 150 people down there, so nice little crowd. And the church, the First Baptist Church was serving hamburgers and hot dogs. There was ice cream, so they'll feed you too. Thank you. Did we ever, just a question, did we ever get a final number on our attendance for the Grotto Granza? I know we're still in those, that,
Right, somewhere between 700 and 800 people.
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
what we estimated, but it was packed. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a really, really great event, so.
We ran out of not just the wristbands we bought for the event, but last year's wristbands and then a random stash we found in a box. So we were using every last bit of supplies we had.
Best
and
problem.
ended up giving out Party in the Park cups because we ran out of Grotto Granza cups. So those got repurposed too, which was great. We had a really large crowd. So.
awesome, awesome. It's good news, good news. All righty, so personnel, fire, and police protection. I don't have anything to report at this time, just everybody is doing such a great job. We're on track and heading in the right direction, and just thank you all for your service. Under new business, we don't have anything.
Mayor?
Yes.
Based on the comment from the Park Avenue citizen, I would like to make a motion that the Streets Committee get with the chief and look at Park Avenue and the chief has given me a sign, so maybe he has something to say.
So the streets committee has already started that.
Okay.
I know he's asked me to get out of the information. So last year's committee meeting, that was basically we were waiting for McDonald's to McDonald's to open up and see how that traffic impacted what the streets committee has.
All right, then I don't think I need to make a motion then. It's already on top of it.
Yep, so y'all just have to schedule a meeting when all that information has been gathered. Okay, under old business, we do not have anything, so at this time, I will adjourn the council meeting for tonight.